If you go to developer.fireflysemantics.com and you type in a query, you'll see that the application both responds to your query, and if you navigate away, you'll see that the search field does remember the query you typed in. And both of these features are built into the Firefly Semantics Slice entity store. And in this mini guide, we're going to cover how you set the query property on an entity store and also how you respond to notifications from the corresponding observable. So let's get into it. As always, there'll be a link to the written guide and the Stackblitz that we're going to use for this demo in the description below. We'll be doing this demo on Stackblitz, so let's go ahead and create a new TypeScript environment. And we'll go down here and type in Firefly Semantics Slice to add it to our dependencies. And we also need to install our peer dependencies. And voila, we're up and running. The first thing we need to do is import eStore from Firefly Semantics Slice, and we've done that up here. Next thing we need to do is create an eStore instance, and we've created one called Search Store, and we've given it type any because we're not really searching for any particular entity in this case. We're just going to use the query property and we're going to observe it. The way we go about setting the query property is like this. We just type search store.query equals Angular. And that's all there is to setting it. Okay, now that we have initialized our query, we can go ahead and observe it. So we'll type search store.observe query, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to it. So we'll say subscribe Q, and we'll go ahead and console log the query. Console.log Q. And so now we're going to get the first notification that the store is going to send out for the current query. So let's go ahead and see what we get in the view here. So if we click on console, we see that initially it's going to emit Angular because that's what we've set the query to. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is test that we receive updates to the query property. So let's go ahead and change it to something else. Let's say JavaScript, like that. And boom, you see that we now get JavaScript logged in the output. And so what we have here is the ability to both set the query state and to receive notifications. And once we have the notification, we can go ahead and do something with that result. And so that is how you work with the query property and observe it with Firefly Semantics Slice entity stores. So in this mini guide, we just covered the bare minimum of this API, just how to set the query property and how to respond to it or observe it. If you would like a real-world example of how this works in practice within an application, please see the Rebuilding the NGRX Application YouTube on our channel, and that shows you how this feature is used to query for books within that application. We hope you enjoyed this guide, and we'll see you in the next one.